All right, everyone. Today I want to talk about something that I do every day. I trade the S&P futures, and I use the cards to trade those futures. And I usually use the cards to. I look at my daily cards to understand like my emotions and how well I'm going to, like if what forces are against me, that kind of thing. So I look at that. I understand what period of the year I'm in. And then there's also something fun we can do is look at the cards for the S&P 500 futures. So they were first traded on 9/9/1997. Makes them a two of diamonds, jack of spades with the 10 of hearts stacking at ruler. Okay. And two of diamonds, financial partnership, jack of spades, the thief card, the riverboat gambler card of the deck, no boundaries, trickery, 10 of hearts, center of attention in the middle of it all, like 10 spotlights on this thing. Everyone, like in the middle of it all, in the middle of the party card of the deck. And what's interesting about this being the cards for the S&P 500 is, yes, I mean, it's obviously, two diamonds could represent buyers and sellers. And the jack in the S&P 500, I'm going to call it ES because that's what it's called, like ES futures. ES is full of tricks and traps and deception, and that's what the jack of spades does. And it's also one of the tools that everyone wants to trade, but it's so hard. It's one of the harder tools to trade just because of all the traps and the tricks. And there's times when to trade, when not to trade. And you have to really know it. But, people pay attention to it. It's in the news. It's the first thing the papers are writing about, right? Like the NASDAQ, the S&P, Dow Jones, all that stuff. People care about the indices. How does S&P compare to gold? How does your investment do against S&P? All that stuff. So here it is. It's the center of it all. Now they have interesting karma cards. Two of diamonds has a six of clubs karma card. So there's going to be issues with telling the truth or responsibility with words. I just see more trickery there. You got the jack of spades has a seven of clubs karma. That whatever, like, it could be high, it could be low, bipolar tendencies, really with the mind. And then you have the 10 of hearts, which has a jack of clubs karma. So that's going to give them, again, that like deception, dishonesty, trickery, that type of thing. I was in this trade and then I got out of it because I got in near lows and I never do that. And then like it completed its target. That's okay. Had a good day anyway. So, let me show you the cards here real quick. I'm going to go back to the software, to the spread. Going to look at the advanced spreads real quick. S&P 500 is in its Saturn part of the year, okay? With a six of clubs, ace of clubs, four of clubs. That looks okay for our purposes if we're going to like have fun kind of like predicting this stuff. No changes here. Although the six of clubs is a karma card for the two diamonds. So you would think, like deal with your karma during this period, but it's a trading instrument. Eight of hearts, king of hearts, queen of hearts. Solid cards, overcoming success cards, good in groups. Queen of spades, queen of diamonds, two of clubs. So these are good cards in Saturn. So I want to show you what I actually normally do. I look at the weekly spread. And take note that the week for the S&P 500 futures starts on a Tuesday. So the weekly spread starts on Tuesday in Mercury, Wednesday in Venus, Thursday in Mars, Friday in Jupiter, Saturday, Sunday, Monday in Neptune. So I do find it interesting that are on Monday is the Neptune day. It's kind of like cleaning up the week from the week before, okay? And not a lot happens on Mondays and Fridays usually. For the most part, you're going to have like a couple moves, but a lot of Wall Street's not participating. If anything, they're taking profit on Friday, and they're getting ready for Tuesday. So Tuesday is really when the market wakes up. Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern time, and Tuesday is the start of the spread. So I do find that a little bit interesting, and that's like when the big players come in. So a lot of times, what I do is on Fridays and Mondays. So this is a Monday. I'm going to trade half size, half risk, and there's not a lot of moves. There's just not a lot of volatility a lot of times. So, let's see, 429.24. Oh, this was, we have to go back one. 422. This was Monday. This was the start of the week. If you're into the market at all, what happened at the start of this week? This is Monday, 422. We didn't make new lows from Friday. I thought the new lows were made on Thursday, though. What was 419? I need a calendar in here. Okay. 419 was Friday. 422 Monday. So didn't come close to new lows. Opened at 50.14, closed at 50.49, made a high up near 50.80. Yesterday, Tuesday, found a little bit of that value area down here around 50.38, squeezed up into 51.10. Today, more of the same so far. Does look like it's breaking a little bit, but we'll see. So, you look at these cards then. So 422. Good cards. 10, Success, Queens, Mastery. Jack of Hearts to be really creative, energetic, freedom-oriented. Now, 5 of Spades and Ace of Diamonds, you wouldn't necessarily say is great. You might be... there might be some travel or change, let's say change involved. So there's a change, right? What is this change? Well, maybe we found a new form of value. Maybe we're creating value from those lows. Just something I'm thinking about off the top of my head here. King of Diamonds, King of Acquisition, acquiring lawns perhaps. Maybe that's what we're looking at. Let's go now to this week. So on Tuesday, yesterday, Jack of Clubs, 9 of Clubs, 10 of let me go to the birth spread. 10 of Spades, 4 of Diamonds, 4 of Hearts. So financial protection, 10 of Spades, success of work. Solid for an uptrend. Wouldn't expect an uptrend with the 7 of Spades. The 2 Jacks could, when I think of Jacks, I think of like fake out moves in a way. Yesterday, we really didn't have a fake out move. Like, you could say going into the open yesterday, but even at the 8:15 candle was a buy, and it was a buy all the way up. So, one thing to think about the Jacks maybe at this point is that everyone was bearish. Everyone was bearish, all right? And so there's some trickery involved. The Jack of Diamonds is a very good salesperson. Do they sell people, the retail investors, to buy more lawns, think that a low has been put in? Maybe. 7 of Spades is usually like an illness card. It's usually quick in Mercury. So let's just not assign too much importance to that. Today, it's in Venus, 424, King of Spades. King of Spades, despite the 9 of Spades, like maybe that would mean rising up. And You know, to be fair, overnight we did squeeze almost up into 51.30. Five of Hearts, Restless Hearts, Ten of Clubs, Success. The Five of Hearts in Venus usually means separation. Today, the Five of Hearts, could it mean reversal? Does 5 mean, you know, we hit a target and X marks the spot, now we're going somewhere else? Maybe. It's with a 10 and a Queen, though. I'm just going to say that, like, in Venus, it's okay, too. But, you know, there is a lot of volatility on Wednesdays. Let's see what else we have. 9 of Spades, 8 of Spades, Queen of Hearts. I mean, here with the 9 of Spades and you have a 9 of Spades there, a 5 of Hearts here. I know you have some good cards that offset it. I still think that you would close lower with these 9s. Like, those are endings, disappointments. You have the King of Spades there, though. But it's not like the market cares about if it goes up or down, you know? So, let's see. This thing's not breaking that hard yet. It's defending at 61.8. Hey, if this thing closes green, then let's contribute it to the King of Spades despite all these 9s. You know, like, this is what we're looking for. Are there going to be 9s, 7s, and 5s all lined up on a daily basis? Then maybe we got to be a little cautious, you know? 9 of Spades, 8 of Spades. 8 of Spades should overcome that 9 of Spades. The Queen should help overcome that. King of Spades should overcome this. The Ace of Clubs in Venus, it's going to be like, you receive, like, I'm trying to think about it in terms of like the market. New knowledge possibly popping up that is contributing to the market. So it could be the Microsoft earnings, the Meta earnings that come out today. That is new knowledge. You'd have to look at their cards, though, to see what those look like. But those are also like a gamble, too. 5101. Let's see if it goes up into this resistance here. All right. Venus days are loving days. Mercury days might be like quick moves, sudden moves, surprises. Venus days, which are Wednesdays, that's when a trend should be established on a Wednesday. You should know the trend for the week because of yesterday. Now, yesterday was a squeeze into major resistance. We still didn't get all the way there, though. But we got to the 38.2 line with targets at 48.76. That might take some time to play out. But, tomorrow. So this is where, like, maybe the prediction could help us a little bit. Tomorrow, for the 2 diamonds, we have a 3 of diamonds in Mars. That would be extreme worry about value. And when we talk about value, we're going to talk about value in terms of where is the value being bought up or rejected. A lot of times I'll use that with like order flow. So are we staying above the point of control here and moving up? Point of control is at what? 5104 or right around there. All right, so let's look at it in terms of value. King of Diamonds is acquiring. King of Acquisition. 6 of Diamonds, things should be steady. That's a solid competitor. You have success here with the 10 of Clubs, the 4 of Diamonds. This looks okay. We could also say the 3 of Diamonds is a trend. They line up their gut feelings. It points north in one direction, and it serves as a compass. So let's say for now that's an up day. Double King, Three of Hearts, do they line up their hearts in Mars? That could be an up day. You have two kings here, you know. The thing you have to look out for in Mars is being too aggressive. Three of Hearts, I mean, usually that energy is directed towards what you love, but could it be indecision, extreme volatility in Mars, like extreme one way, the other way? It could be. But you have these two kings here that generally would overcome that, you would think. Another three. So we'll look. Tomorrow we have Three of Hearts, Three of Hearts, Three of Diamonds. That three energy creates anxiety. It creates worry. It's in between two things. Ooh, my dog just came down. Let's let him in. You come down to say hi? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, well, thank you. I know. What are you doing? What are you doing, Bobs? Oh my gosh. You're a cute bud. Okay. Let me finish this, buddy. Alright, so we got those threes, but we have really good numbers. We have really good cards that go with that. Kings and queens, right? So, and it's in Mars. Maybe it means lining up our aggressive energies. So that is tomorrow, and that is Thursday. The S&P 500's Jupiter Day, which you're supposed to receive all benefits of the cards in Jupiter, is on Friday. Power Club with the Eight of Clubs. Seven of Hearts would mean high heart, happy heart. You know, flipping this thing up north. You would think it would be up, you know. Two of Clubs, very smart card. Partnerships, mental partnerships. Six of Hearts, good karma. We have a three. Three lined up is very creative, very expressive. Could the threes point to a direction? That's the theory I'm going to go with now. And the Eight of Clubs, infinite mental power, very strong card, fixed card, willful, stubborn, terrific knowledge to overcome anything. And for the Two of Diamonds, birth card, another three. So usually when we find these in Jupiter, like a 9 and a 7, you have to take the high side of it. The Nine of Diamonds, you're going to say that this thing's going to rise up to the top of the ladder, into the heavens, to financial benefit, you know, climbing heights, great heights financially, great heights, everyone's feeling good, everyone's buying things up. That's a hope card, you know, when the Seven of Hearts is playing the high side, they have faith and they have hope. Do we have people with a risk-off mentality just buying up? Maybe. That's what I'd be looking at. So you have a Nine of Spades long range for the week. This ends up as a Seven of Hearts. Unconditional love, unconditional buying. Six of Diamonds, paying debts. This would be a challenge. Let's see. Jack of Hearts long range, Nine of Clubs, letting go of something. Eight of Clubs result, so finding a trend, ending in a power, infinite knowledge, infinite mental wisdom. Six and a 2, Queen of Clubs, Six of Hearts. So that'll be interesting to look at, like to come back and look at this. I do find it super interesting that the S&P 500, full of traps, full of tricks, full of gimmicks, not even the most technical tool to trade, is a Ten of Hearts. It's an actor card. It gets all the attention. You know, there's just something that people are attracted to about it. And for me, it really fits. I understand it well. It fits well for me. So it works for me. You have the financial partnership and the Two of Diamonds. They have a Six of Clubs, which is responsibility to the truth, to the spoken word. And then you have the Jack of Spades, which doesn't have a lot of boundaries, is a thief card of the deck. So you have all of this. It's very interesting. I do have a drawing set. Let me see if I can find it. This is, I started tracking the S&P in 2021 with the cards. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. So these are the 52-day planetary periods, and the gray color corresponds to like a range-bound environment. The red ones are directionally down, and green is directionally up. So red bearish, green bullish, and gray like no change, or like just again range bound. Jupiter green, Jupiter green, Jupiter here range bound. 3 out of 4 is not bad. Mercury no change, Mercury down. That was a quick down though. That was 35.02. That was our last low. And from there, we never looked back. Mercury down. Interesting. So Mercury, Saturn right now is down. I need to update this. Saturn down. Saturn green, just barely. Mars down. Mars green. Mars green. Just stuff I look at, try to like look at patterns, you know. Uranus you would think would be full of surprises. This thing was trending nicely there. This was a little bit of a surprise here in this Uranus period. Look at this. Why is it not letting me? It's a 20-point gap down. But, I mean, nothing crazy. So, I look at that. That's really more just bigger picture stuff. What I do is, to see how I'm going to trade, I look at my daily cards. So, let me show you. Okay, so my daily cards, weekly spread, today. Every Wednesday is my Saturn day, and Tuesdays are my Jupiter days, Mondays are my Mars days. I trade very well on Mars days and Saturn days. Not on Jupiter all the time, which I should. And I don't know why yet, but like my Mars day this week, I had my best day in quite a while, which is interesting because I had my karma card there. I had a 5 of hearts in Mars. It could be a restless heart in Mars, really aggressive energies. 7 of diamonds in Mars usually could indicate loss. 9 could indicate loss. 6 of spades. That's my karma card again. Physical health issues. Wow. I can't believe I traded so well. So, this is usually a speculation on loss. I had a great trading day that day. Had a 10 of clubs here. Let's look at my... well, there's one explanation to this so far. I have a king of spades long range for the week. That energy is with you every day, giving you mastery over anything. So, that's good. What was my... when you have a 5 of diamonds karma, it usually means like money exchanging hands. So yeah, like not the greatest cards on the 22nd. Now I actually traded poorly yesterday. I still did okay, but 7 of spades, whenever I see a 7 of spades, I really am not a fan of it because it's a health accidents card. You could pivot to the downside and be negative. There's a lot of health karma, but there's accidents involved. And I know it's in Jupiter, so it shouldn't have been a big deal, but I didn't trade very well yesterday. It's my karma card as well. So that's kind of like tells you, hey, this is kind of like getting close to a no-go. Not that you shouldn't trade, but you have to be more careful. Had a jack of clubs there, maybe trickery being, but again, it's in Jupiter. Like these should be all good things. 5 of hearts, change restlessness for good. Had a 6 of spades, 9 of spades down here, so that's not good. So that could have been a contributing factor. Today, my Saturn day, I've traded pretty well. I have a 4 of clubs here. I have a 7. Like when you see a 7 of spades here, you think that's really bad, but look at my king of spades again down here. And I'm just doing this like I take a look at my spreads to see if there's anything like, oh, you got 9s and 7s on that day, and you got to be super careful. Don't expect much. Like tomorrow could be a really great trading day. Sun card of the deck, 8 of diamonds. In Uranus, which is a little unpredictable. Got the jack of diamonds, great salesperson. 5, X marks the spot. New forms of living, a change. Maybe there's some type of... I mean, I should not be making changes in my strategy at all. But a 5's not a 9. It has a 10 underneath there, which is success, so that's good. 3 of spades, 5 of diamonds, 7 of clubs. You'd be a little careful with that. Change in value, pessimism possibly, negative thinking, surprise negative thoughts, 3 of spades, indecision and worry about a direction or your work. And then 7 of clubs, 9 of diamonds. So like tomorrow, I'll definitely tread lightly. There's no reason to force anything. And I mean, when there's a 9 and a 7, definitely worry about that a little bit. But again, I do have the king of spades this year, this week, so that's good. But look how the weekend's up. 7 of spades. That means maybe I have to meditate or be more spiritual. Work on some change in my heart or at the home. I mean, of course, I'm thinking from a trading perspective, so I'm not thinking about like marriage or relationships, but be careful. 6 of spades in Pluto, that's my karma card. I am feeling a little under the weather this week. 6 of clubs result, responsibility to the truth, to my words. 7 of spades underneath there, not great. 10 of clubs, queen of spades with this. 6 of spades, 9 of spades, that's not good. So I'm going to be careful this week. I mean, that's like a death combination right there, and I'm thinking death in trading account terms, like blowing up an account. And for me, that would just be shitting away profits from what I have already this week. So no need to do it when, you know, I can trade, but I have to trade much smaller, which is fine. Oh, you know what? These cards, 24, 25, 26, Friday. Yep. And then there's a new week, next week. '29th, Mars. That's good. Yeah, so that's what I do usually for like work, for trading, to see what's going on. This thing's making new lows, temporary lows. guys, if anyone wants to learn to trade, I'm happy to offer it as part of my cardology sessions. I've been kind of like in between, like, should I even set up? Do I want to do it? I love teaching, and I love this stuff. I hop on the screen after dinner for a little bit. I'm up in the morning to do this. Try to take a break during lunchtime. But there's a lot of... The market is just a congregation of people having collective thoughts about an instrument, about a trading tool. So for me, it's somewhat spiritual. And other than the cards, no other job has given me so much insight about myself. And it matches up to my natal chart too. So it has helped me work on my emotions, balancing those, not being triggered, having positive thoughts. I am positive, but it's also different when you're being tested. So I could do a 3-part trading series on how to day trade futures, get you set up with that. And I would do the cards with it because you need to know your trading style based on your birth cards. I'm ruled by Mercury. I need to be kind of quick in and out. I'm not a swing trader. I can't hold things overnight. I have to be, my trades have to be between 15 minutes and an hour or two. Like, holding throughout the day drains my emotional capital and just doesn't work for me. It's not as fun. And I'd rather get smaller base hits and have the freedom to do other things during the day. I use Fibonacci retracements, but mine are a little different than what the platforms are going to put you, set you up with in default mode. Mine are, I've tested some of these levels, and I have years of back testing and probabilities, and my entry is different and my take profit is different than what they're going to say. First of all, regular Fibonacci doesn't even give you a take profit. You need to flip it to see where you should start to exit certain trades. And the algos do that. The algos teach you basically where they're entering and where they're exiting. And that's the goal of my approach, is to jump on board with them, ride their sales, and then exit when they're exiting, and wait for the next setup. So definitely a lot of waiting. I mean, right now, I would love to go short with targets around 50-70, but this entry here is a little bit too much risk for me. My entry actually should have been up here today, but I was doing a live and I messed up the live, so I deleted it. So right now you're at $1,000 a contract in profit at that point. Now, usually don't trade the afternoons anyway. I'm a morning trader. I do gap. I trade the gap between the close from 4 p.m. Eastern to where we open at 9:30 the next day. So that's kind of what I do. But yeah, if anyone wants to work with me on that, happy to get you all set up. Love teaching and love the cards. So this is kind of my life. I do trading in the morning and cards in the afternoon. All right. If you have any questions, throw them in the chat. I'll definitely answer them. Thanks.